Hello everyone and welcome back to Wizardry 6, Bane of the Cosmic Forge. For this 5th episode, I thought I'd give you guys, to start off, just a quick little rundown of a good place to grind out some XP. I believe I've shown this before, and I believe it's called the Belfry. Now, the reason we're going to go to the Belfry is we need to ensure a good level up on Rhonda here. We need her to become a Valkyrie so that she can easily class change into a monk, because that's the end goal with this character, is making them a monk. And as you can see, we've got piety of 10. We need to get to 11. So we're going to be save scumming our way to level 7? Yes, to level 7. So if you come to this side little passage, you loop around either way from these little courtway doors. Up here, you find your way to the Belfry. I'm assuming that's how you say that. Skirt the dialogue. Skirt the dialogue box. Walk into a couple walls. No worries. We're just climbing a bell tower with a giant hole in the middle of it. We don't need balance or coordination whatsoever. So I'm going to give you a quick couple setup suggestions here. A good way to do this is with game difficulty, you can scale based on the XP you need it. This isn't story, this isn't setting up, this is hitting the numbers so that you get a good level up. I'm going to have it on expert. I'm going to throw on some, oh wait, does he not have it? There we go. Armor plate. Just a level 3 is good enough, just to make sure you're not taking too much damage. Same with enchanted blades. You get those buffs going, you save, and we've got 3,000 XP to go. So what you want to be doing during this time period is going through your encounters, leveling up any of your weapons, any of your skills on your other characters that you really want to focus on. So say for Rojo, I really want to get Rojo's Mason Flail up while I'm trying to level Rhonda. For my ninja, I'm working on Cane. I'm working on hands and feet. For Mori's swords, samurais are going to use swords non-stop. I'm not too worried, especially now that he's using the katana and wakizashi. Everyone will be hiding, because my ninjutsu isn't maxed out. Mori's focus is just going to be throwing spells out there, practicing oratory, because his swords are going to be good enough, and you can't level up any of the academic spells other than mythology. Kristen, same boat, should have enough pole and staff at this point from using the quarterstaff so often. Vampire bat shouldn't be a problem for these guys. Constantly on the hiding. Sly. Sly can use some spells, speed things up here. Because I'm not too worried about bow skill, though maybe I should. I'll have to check the numbers. But this is the sort of thing you want to be thinking about when you're grinding XP. Until you get close to your level up. As soon as you get close, you save it, and you throw out spells on everyone. I'll show you that in a couple panels from now. From this fight, we're looking at about anywhere from 300 to 500 XP. With these numbers, 2 of the vampire bats, I think it was 3 actually, 3 mystery bats, and I believe it was 2 huge bats. 3 groups of 2 to 3, anywhere from 300 to 500 XP. It's really going to make that, okay, and Mori. Doesn't need to be a heavy spell, just something. And same with you. Throw out a bless there, just to make everyone else hit better. Rhonda, we'll work on some pole and staff. What do I want? We're not going to think too much on it. And that's another thing. When you're grinding XP is you just want to go with what's natural. If you feel like, okay, sleep's a good spell, hit them with it. Don't dwell on it. You want this to go by fast so you can get back to whatever your main objective is. In this case, the levels for Rhonda is primary, secondary objective is skills on everyone. This is a great time when you're grinding to also work on a bard's music or anyone's ninjutsu is a good call, or any weapon proficiencies. You know what? We're just gonna fight. Sometimes that's the right call too. But so this gives you an idea of what we're trying to achieve. XP is primary, and we want to do that fast, and we want to keep in mind our secondary objective, as long as it maintains the flow of combat, practicing important skills, or skills that we deem valuable. You know, I've missed Mori, I'm going to keep on going. Ninjutsu, I personally feel, is worth enough to go back far. And here's our XP. 400. And so now you just sit, turn around, save. So we've got to get to, if you look at the top right corner, right below Scout, you see our XP for our Ranger, Rhonda, our Mook Ranger, is 41,000. We got to hit 43,200. So once I get close to a close to level up battle, I'm going to switch to easy mode for quicker combat so that I can reset for a good level up. And on that note, I'll catch you guys once we get there. Okay, and we're back. So, now that we got that, we got Rhonda almost there. Okay, so now that we got Rhonda almost to 43,200, we're going to do a quick little switch to easy. Now, this isn't about challenge, because the way this game scales difficulty and how Wizardry 7 does it is you're more likely to get more groups on expert, less groups on easy. On expert you get +1 creatures to every group, and I believe -1 to a minimum of 1 monsters within a group on easy, whereas normal it's just group generation. Now for expert, what you have to be very careful about, and what we will be dealing with, because I want the extra XP and the challenge, is that includes bosses. So you will literally have to face 2 of the same boss, which without proper buffing and spell management, or proper changing, profession changing, so you have the appropriate HP and skills, would be a nightmare. However, I'll be taking care of most of those class changing things off camera. Now, another thing that some of you might have noticed is that Kane now has the daggers re-equipped. And that's because if you look at our weaponry, hands and feet, the very bottom, is 54. Ninjas naturally on level up train hands and feet. Each class has a little something, except for the Lord in this one. And for the ninja and the monk, it's hands and feet that they train in. So on a level up, some of your free points that you can put into any skill will be consumed to advance hands and feet up to level proficiency 50. So once we've got that, I can now switch back to wand and daggers, and now every time I get a level up with my ninja, I have the flexibility now to use my 4 to 10 points to, if I need the extra ninjutsu, I can put it into there. I won't because I'm always hiding. So I'm always leveling it up. I'm going to focus on my academic skills because only, like I said before, mythology is the only one that I'm aware of you can train. Though I think there's an item using items used in combat that can increase your artifacts, but I have to go back and reread that. Scribing you get from scribing spells or using scrolls. Most of my characters won't use that, though I've done a bit of that with Mori and Rhonda. But your most important thing while playing this game is leveling up your spell book, your spells, or your spell school, and your Kuritsu. Because there's no way to advance alchemy, thaumaturgy, theosophy, and whatever the psionic one is. It's like theosophy, but it's spelt different. When we get there, I'll show you. And those give you access to spells. I think your base one is level 1, and then your level 2 spells are at 18 points. I think there's level 3 at 36, and level 4 at 54. And I think there's another level at 60 or 70. I think 72, and then the last one is 98. You don't need 100 points in your school magic school categories to get anything extra. Those extra 2 points can go to any other skill, unless you want to max it out so you have the best chance of getting 30 points in when you import. Because when you import, your max chance of a skill is 30% of whatever that skill was. So if you're about to import, you might as well put 2 points in to have it at 100, and hopefully you get 30, because then you only need 6 points on level up to start getting your level 3 spells in Wizardry 7. Kuritsu you want just because at 100 points in Kuritsu, you have a 20% chance to critical hit, ending whatever you're hitting. Bosses have huge resistance to this, but a lot of this game is fighting mobs. Just a lot of it is. And if you can clear them off the board quickly with spells or critical hits, it's going to be a huge lifesaver. Now, we're going to do a quick save. I'm going to grab a quick drink of water, and then I'm going to run you through easy fights and how to quickly navigate that. Okay, now that I got my water, forgot to show this earlier. I noted Mori, I don't really need to train with sword because he's high, because he's been high on sword. Oh my lord. Hey, that rhymes. Back to what I was trying to say. His sword skill is at 81. Now I'm free to put all my points in thaumaturgy or Kuritsu on level up, which is great. However, I spoke about auditory. Second one down there, I think that's how you say it, auditory. That's his ability to cast spells. Alchemy is the only one that doesn't really need this. So your mage, priest, and psionic spells, you need oratory. Nice thing about alchemy, though, you don't need that skill, but you can't be silenced. These guys over here that use auditory can be silenced. So if I want Mori, when he's a little bit higher in spell proficiency, to cast Nuclear Blast, which is the all groups targeting mage, just like pinnacle spell of damage, to be able to cast that, he needs to have the oratory to back that up. If you try to cast a spell that's too advanced or use at too high of a PowerPoint level, your spell can fizzle, which means you've wasted those mana points. Or worse, it can backfire. And I wouldn't want a Nuclear Blast spell to backfire on my character. Right? So that's why we're working on his oratory. But now that we got that sorted out, let's do a quick little run through of just your level up easy difficulty, what you're trying to do. Like I said, you want to slam these guys with spells, except for in situations like this. One vampire bat. This is what we do with one vampire bat. Everyone attack it, everyone hit it, get it off the board. Let's get that XP and move on to the next battle if need be. Which, in this case... Oh, no, I didn't want to rest. I'm going to quit no save because I don't want to rebuff because I'm lazy. Or proficient. Laziness and proficiency sometimes can go hand in hand. Fun little tidbit about life. You may think someone's lazy, but sometimes they're just that good. Okay, so I'm not going to bother hiding. Not going to bother worrying. I'm just going to take my proficient spellcasters. I can't remember if he's able to. Boom. The ones I know and trust to do lots of damage, to just hammer everything, and everyone else is either going to hide or fight. Whatever comes to mind. The point is damage. Clear the board, try to get it done in a single round. We got a pretty crappy roll on acid bomb. That's fine. We'll clean it up in the next round of combat, especially with some hidden guys. Now for me, it's so natural just to hide that that's what I typically do at the end of combat, and that's fine. There's no point in going back, retargeting. Just let the combat run. Okay. So, Rhonda should at this point be leveling up, but she's not. I don't know why. Sometimes the level up charts don't line up. Okay, so Rojo can clear that. Kane can clear that. Mori will hit that. Rhonda, you're just going to hide, and you're going to throw... Actually, to ensure that it's not from inactivity, Rhonda's going to hit him with some spells. Like I said, the point is to clear the board as quickly as you can, because now we're trying to get that level up and stat reset. And we're not getting that level up. So, I will get back to you once we do get that level up. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it wasn't much of a level up, but we got the stat we need. We need it. We got that point of piety, bringing us to 11. Rhonda can become a Valkyrie. It took 7 resets. But something to keep in mind is when you're looking for one stat, like you're guaranteed on a level up to get one stat. You just have to reset for that chance. What we got? We got strength, intelligence, piety, vitality, dexterity, speed, and personality. So to get that guaranteed on a level up piety, we need a 1 in 7 chance. Now, on a level up, you can get 1 point, which will be half of the time, 2 points, which will be a quarter of the time, 3 points, which is an eighth. I'm sure you guys are noticing the pattern. 4 is a 16th, 5 is a 32nd, and then 6 and 7 points, 7 being a perfect level up, both have a 1 in 64 chance of happening. So if you need a lot of points, like say you want to make your fairy, alchemist, a ninja, you're going to have to roll for some either pretty good level ups, which can take hours. Trust me, I've done it. It's not fun. You just put some lo-fi music or the fireplace channel on in the background and just hope nobody needs you for those 5 hours, I think one of my level ups took. It was a very, very long, tiring weekend of resetting. But we have our level up. Now, I haven't practiced bow at all, and it's got to 30 in 6 level ups just by stealing some of my stats. I haven't put a single point into scouting. I think you do get some on a successful scout or noticing something in the open world, but I'm pretty sure Ranger loses some points to bow and scouting. What we're interested in, we don't have Kuritsu, so we're looking at alchemy. Now I don't plan, because of the stat distribution of a mook, I believe that's how you refer to them, strength of 10, intelligence of 10, piety of 6, vitality of 10, dex of 7, speed of 7, and personality of 9. That's its base stats. That's not really great for a lot of the level up or profession changes I want to do. So I won't be doing too many more level ups in Ranger or Ninja unless I want to pick up some spells at the end of the game. Or I need to transfer an item and say only a ninja can use it, and I want to ensure that gets transferred over because there's weird item transfer rules. Then I might change, once Rhonda's been a monk for most of the game, to a ninja. So I don't need a lot of alchemy. But in my class changes from mage all the way up to ranger, I took a pit stop as a psionic. So I already have the theosophy that I want. So that's getting boosted. And as you can see, at 18, my options are pretty limited. Some of the mage spells already took, had some overlap, and same with theosophy, had some overlap in alchemy. But that's okay. I need someone with Cure Lesser Condition. So now if I go edit, change profession, there's Valkyrie. Boom. We got him. Just save now that I got that locked in. And now we have a choice. We can make Rhonda a Valkyrie, or we can continue with our story. Given that this is a Thursday episode, and I will have some time this weekend to put 3 hours into just getting level 1 to 4 covered, so that way I can guarantee the progression from Valkyrie to monk. That's what I'm going to do. But you could leave, like, this is a perfectly viable character for the rest of the game. Realistically, these stats aren't amazing, but like, you're not that far off of a lord. You're not that far off of a samurai. Well, except for the speed. You're not that far off of a monk. Not that far off of a ninja. Like, these are good starting stats. A ranger is a good nexus for changing into a lot of other classes. Same with the Valkyrie. It just depends on what you need. Like, if you need intelligence, the Valkyrie class has no minimum requirement for intelligence. So that's not going to help you unless your base race has high intelligence, like a mook does, or a fairy. Now, the only one that has guaranteed across the board requirements is a lord. And I think ranger, but they're very minimal. Yeah, a ranger is very minimal. 8s through 10s, where a lord has 12s and 9s with personality of 14. Your samurai doesn't have a piety requirement. Your monk doesn't have a vitality requirement. And your ninja, this is the only one that makes sense to me, does not have a personality requirement. You don't need a personality when you're an assassin that hides in the shadows. Like, realistically. Like, you just don't need to be the party face at all. Your job is to shank, or punch, or surprise, right? Now, other games have a different idea of what the ninja should be. Like in Pathfinder, your ninja can be the party face because uh, Ki is based off of charisma. Wizardry, nah, you don't need that. Your ninja just needs to stab real well, or punch, or throw shurikens really well, which I'm okay with. Um, so this has been just a quick episode. Sorry for the or fast-paced talking this episode. I just really wanted to emphasize that level grinding is something you just want to be boom, 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 boom. And I just wanted to kind of like go over this once so you guys understand if I say, hey, we missed one of our one or twice a week episodes to do some level grinding off camera. You guys know, like, this is what it takes to set up one level up. And it gets more challenging the higher level you go. But there will be an area later in the game that I'll make note of, a fountain much later in the game, where near the end of the beginning stage, and sort of close to the beginning of the mid game, where that fountain heals health, mana, and stamina, and it's a great place to just spin on the spot, trigger encounters, so that once you get past level 4, level 5, you can get that 5th, 6th, and 7th level, and it makes class changing a lot easier. When you have 6 level ups that you can do, and you can target one stat at a time, it makes it go by a lot quicker than in the beginning game when I'm working at this bell. Sometimes I was trying to get 3 or 4 stats to go up in one level up, because I only wanted to go to level 5. I didn't want to spin in or jump across the bell, for 10 minutes or so. But once again, sorry about the fast-paced talking, excessive talking video. This is just to kind of give you an insight of if you're going to make an all spellcaster party, this is what you're in for. If you want more control over your level ups, this is what it's going to take. And I cut probably half of my time out just for this very close in XP level up. So keep that in mind if you decide to play this game for yourself. Controlling level ups is difficult, but thankfully for 6, and also there is a sneaky way to do it in 7, you can guarantee battles rather than having to spin, and that really helps reduce the randomness and speed things up. But anyways, I really appreciate you guys joining me, and you know what? I really look forward to you guys seeing Rhonda when she's as a Valkyrie, and we can move on to the next stage of our adventuring. Hopefully we can explore some more rooms in the basement, and also make use of that stuffed beagle, which any comments? Look forward to reading them. If anyone can surmise what that connection with that beagle is. Anyways, that's all for today. Thank you for joining me. Have a wonderful day, evening, or morning. Peace.